Yo, what is up guys, hello and welcome to Talk Tales, where today I'm gonna show you how to restore your headlights and actually bring the shine that they deserve. We are starting off with the things that you actually need for the procedure, and we'll start off with a headlight restoration kit. Now you have two options, and those are first of all the paste, the liquid paste, which you basically buff onto the headlight, which I would not recommend, because I would recommend the liquid polymer, which is essentially a cup, a plastic piece, and some chemicals that bring the shine of the headlight by removing just a little bit of a tiny layer from the top of the headlight, which shows the untouched plastic behind it, which turns out to be amazing. You're gonna see in this video. Next thing that you're gonna need is a water sprayer. We're gonna be wet sanding, so you definitely need something to spray water. Next thing that you're gonna need are obviously some pieces of sandpaper. Now most of those headlight restoration kits that use liquid polymer actually have water sandpaper included. However, they are of kind of a poor quality, and the results are not gonna be as good as if you go ahead and buy some. As far as grit goes, it really depends on how bad your headlights are, but I would like to start somewhere between 400 and 600 grit. In this case today I'm gonna start with 600 because my headlights are bad, but they are not extremely bad. What you're gonna need is 600, 800, 1200 and 2000 grit sandpaper. And of course, a very important thing that you're also gonna need is masking tape. Now, masking tape also comes in some of those headlight restoration kits, but once again it is of poor quality, and it doesn't stick really well, and you have to really take your time when you mask the headlights, because with the sandpaper you can damage the paint of the car. One more thing that is not mandatory but is recommended is to get an electric grill with an attachment for sandpaper. This is gonna help you greatly when sanding off the plastic in the headlights. Another thing that is required is a little bit of a microfiber towel piece, which you're gonna use to wipe the headlights between the stages. So between every single stage you wanna wipe the headlights, look at if you applied even sanding to the entire headlight, because once that you sand all the way and above the headlight, when you turn the headlight on, you can see that you have done some scratches if you don't apply even pressure. Let's move on to the first step, which is masking the area near the headlight. Take your time, push the masking tape as hard as you can in those panel gaps and all that. Put a thick layer around the headlight so that you make sure you don't damage the paint. Also, what I like doing here is I like to put long lines just so that it doesn't peel, because once you pour water onto it, it starts peeling off, and the longer line you have of masking tape, the tougher it is for it to peel off. This is the first time that I'm happy that I have panel gaps, so this assisted me in putting the tape very deep in. Once that we've masked everything up, then we start sanding. You start on the lower grid, so basically 400 or 600. We start sanding, we spray a little bit of water, then we sand, we spray water, sand. You should definitely go in circular motion, because this way you apply even pressure, you essentially sand evenly. Of course, depending on whether you have the machinery or not, you can do this by hand or by an electric drill. With the electric drill it is a lot better and a lot easier to apply. Not that by hand it is not possible, but it requires some force, it is more exhausting obviously, and generally with the electric drill you're gonna get a little bit of a better result. Sometimes you have to DIY things. You can see that I have ordinary sandpaper, waterproof sandpaper, which is essentially for doing it by hand, you know. But then I also have this thing right here, which, as you can see, cannot really stick. So there is a very easy solution. Double-sided tape, both sides, you glue it in and everything works. So now on to the most important part, or most interesting part for you, which is the chemistry behind all of this. Just check this seal. you should be able to lift it just by the cap. This means that it is vacuumed and sealed very good. And what I like doing now is start the car and use its 12-volt power while it's running, so that we don't drain the battery. One very important thing about this is that you don't want to tilt it like this. You want to have it about 90 degrees and you want to polish them like this, since this can leak from here and then you have to start the polish all over again. For me personally, this night and day difference, you're gonna tell whether there is a difference, but for sure there is. Like, look at this. It is definitely like a mirror. So damn beautiful. Absolutely gorgeous. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you found it helpful, definitely leave a like and subscribe to the channel. And yeah guys, I'm gonna see you next time with the next amazing project.